I grew up in Charlotte, and Independence High School at the time was one of the larger high schools in the state. And so when I went to Gardner-Webb, had a little bit over 1,000 students, and it was really nice to have that type of environment. You got to know everyone. Being involved in athletics gave you a chance to have a friend group of about 80 other guys that you hung out with, but there's also such a small campus that you could make friends. And quite frankly, I never roomed with a football player. I always roomed with someone, just a regular student, and enjoyed that, and gave me a chance to meet a whole different group of people that I would not have ordinarily had a chance to meet. So it was a lot of fun. Getting the opportunity to play at the college level was kind of a fulfillment of a dream. So that in and of itself was pretty neat. There were games we kicked a field goal and at the time and beat Liberty 32-29. And I snapped. I was a center. I was a specialist snap for the punts and field goals as well. So that was kind of a cool thing to win that type of game. Gardner-Webb is a special place. It's a faith-based institution. Our Christian commitment's important to us, and that's something that we jokingly say sometimes you get caught in the web. And maybe I unknowingly got caught in the web back when I was a student there, and the opportunity to come back was kind of exciting. But the relationships that you have, not just with other students, but the relationships students have with faculty and staff and other people, that to me is kind of what makes Gardner-Webb special. And as a student athlete, I had those type of relationships with professors. So when I came back in the administrative end of things, I knew how important it was that our coaches were mindful and did so in a purposeful manner to develop relationships with the student athletes, so that they understood that it wasn't just about their performance on the field or on the court or on the wrestling mat, wherever the sport might be, but it's about what they're doing in life, and how they're doing academically, how they're doing socially, and everything else. The uniqueness of being the athletics director at your alma mater is that you get to, homecoming has special significance. My old college roommate comes back, and that group of guys that I hung out with, and when you come into my box homecoming, it could be 20 to 20. I never really invite anybody to come homecoming because I know what it's going to be like, and it normally is. It's kind of cool. It's 15 to 25 people up there just kind of coming and going, stopping and visiting and reminiscing. And I got old teammates, I got classmates, and others that come back, that they're always there. So it's a neat. That's a part of homecoming that you don't always feel that if you're somewhere where you're just kind of brought in to work there. You don't have that special connection. But when you're at your alma mater, you've got people coming in that, like this past year, I sat with about 12 different classmates. After our game was over, we went to one of the local restaurants in Shelby and just hung out and talked probably till almost 10, 11 o'clock at night, which was kind of a cool thing to do. Nothing to do with athletics, it was just hanging out, and we were telling, Gardner-Webb stories, and it was kind of a cool thing.